So Dana White was talking to him, and he told Brett, there's been a lot of question about when Jon Jones could come back. Would he get the immediate title shot against Daniel Cormier? Cormier wants that. That would certainly be the marketable fight. Jimmy Manawa is the mystery guest there in the mix. Now, White told Okamoto that the timetable of Jones fighting July 8th, I think it is, here in Vegas, the big midsummer show, won't work for him, won't work for Jones. But if Jones...
Due to his suspension?
I guess that's what it is. It must be, because that was right at the time that he got suspended. I can't remember right offhand what date that fight fell on last year. Maybe it was like July 9th or something like that. You can look it up.
Yeah.
UFC 200. But whatever date that was, maybe it's just like a day or two shy of when they need the suspension lifted. But he did say...
July 9th.
Okay, that explains it. Wow, how about that for crappy luck?
Yeah.
364 days, the way the calendar falls. But Dana White did say that if Jon can be ready by July 29th, the UFC will be in Anaheim, and he and Cormier can fight then. If not, the title shot will go to Jimmy Manawa if Jones can't be ready during July. But how about this? This is the part I wanted to ask your thoughts on. Dana told Okamoto that he doesn't trust Jon Jones to headline a card. And so that would lead us to believe that even if Jones is going to fight Cormier for the title on a card, it's going to have to be at most the co-main event of a fight. What do you think?
It's hard to stand on the side of that statement. I mean, how many times has Jon now, dropped the ball in some pretty huge cards? Whether it was his incident with running the light and hitting the young lady that was pregnant 30 days before a fight, that was an issue. Obviously UFC 200, taking the male performance pills, that became an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I can see how, and he's come up positive with drug tests as far as recreational drugs, which I think scares people. He went into rehab basically for one day and checked back out. If I was an employer like Dana and looking at, just my employee, his track record would be a little shaky and I'd be nervous, and rightfully so. Maybe let him get a fight or two back under his belt where he showcases his ability to stay out of the headlines other than just his world-class fighting ability, and then maybe give him that shot.
I think UFC 200 really did him in. Because the way that
really hurt the
way the whole, if you remember, the way the whole thing happened was not only did we all have to rush up there for that midnight press conference on Thursday. I mean, it was before the weigh-ins, but it was like Wednesday night or Thursday night.
It was Wednesday when
you and not only did they scramble to get something done as a replacement. Of course, Anderson Silva ends up getting on the card and fighting Cormier at light heavyweight. But I remember walking out of the arena, and they were basically scraping Jones off the side of the arena on the poster.
Our friend Matt, who does the production, he's one of the video guys. Just to give you an idea how much that affected the card, everything. I mean, there's things that I never even realized would be a problem, as far as changing marketing, printouts, paperwork, scheduling, timing of the event. He worked on that 360 visual effect that dropped down inside the center of the octagon.
Yeah, this huge video production they had planned.
What did
for
he say?
200.
I think he went into work that morning at like 8 a.m. and he didn't leave till 5 a.m. the following day. He almost worked 24 hours straight to try to fix that because, he got the call like, well, Jon's off the card. We don't want him on the thing that he's like, I've worked on this for, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Now I have to fix this in 24 hours. And so talk about a guy, and so that's only one person that I can think of. You can only imagine the multitude of individuals that were affected by having to rearrange what was going on. It was crazy.
How about this? I saw this happen the night of the fight. or maybe it was the day before the fights, it was weigh-ins. There were people trying to buy the merchandise. They always have the trailers set up outside the arena, and then inside the arena, the merchandise stands and everything. Well, they had a poster problem because they had posters that had Jon Jones on it, but then they had to reprint a whole bunch of other posters that had Anderson Silva on it, and it turns out people tend to want the poster of whatever it is they're seeing. So there was a lot of, well, you know what, we don't have them here. We've got the wrong one here now, but if you go over to this other merch stand, they've got the corrected ones over there. So it was affecting that. I mean, it's such an amazing domino
I would have thought
effect.
Sneeze stuck. I would have thought that knowing how collectors are, that if I was there, I would have immediately went and bought the original poster because they're going to always reprint whatever one actually happened.
Right.
So like right now, if they want to go back and print out posters, or you go back and want to buy one, you're always going to find the one with Anderson. But the one with Jon, no one's ever reprinting that poster again.
That's true.
That's done.
And people probably did.
Yeah, I would think that would be the one everybody wanted to go for.
But point being, when it came to the UFC's budget, they had to go over budget on the hours they were paying the people in the poster department. That's what I'm saying. It was this bizarre trickle-down effect. And so even a year later, this is something that has the UFC president pretty gun-shy about putting Jon Jones in the seat of headlining.
I think just that Jon has shown to be kind of a wild card in the past couple of years, and crashing the Bentley, was scary. He's ended up in the headlines other than just his fighting ability. So I think that I understand what. It's not a monetary thing. I think that he's fighting for a title. He gets paid the same. I think that Dana just really wants to cover his bases. And given Jon's past, what do they say? The greatest indicator of future behavior is past behavior.
That's right. That's right. As the poet Maya Angelou once said, and I love to quote her on this, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.